join me in jumping right into our word for the day, and that word is the word thankfulness. I choose thankfulness. Now, I think so often in our lives, we forget to look and see the blessings that God has given us all around us on a daily basis. And we actually take those blessings for granted and forget even to come back and say thank you to God. Think of the times when someone has remembered to thank you for something that you have done, and maybe how meaningful that was to you. Now, we don't always like the situations maybe even that we find ourselves in, maybe currently living through this pandemic that we are. And yet, there is always something, especially in the life of a believer, to be thankful for. Even if that is just being thankful for the very breath that we have to breathe, or the fact that Jesus died on the cross and paid the penalty for our sin and rose again from the dead. And so I want you to think about this word today and think about it within your own life. I know often the people that I tend to look up to the most are the people that I can tell just have this continual heart of thankfulness to God for his blessings every day. Listen to this verse from Psalm 69, verse 30, and it says this: I will praise the name of God with song and magnify him with thanksgiving. Now, one of the words I want to point out to you in that verse is the word magnify. And we know that to magnify something is to make it bigger. And that's what it's telling us to do right here. To magnify our God, make him bigger with thanksgiving, with a thankful heart. And so that's something that I just want us to think about today and apply to our life. And think about the word contagious too. Often when you think about the word contagious, it's like in a negative sense, maybe with sickness or something you don't want to get. But in this sense, I want you to think of it in a positive way. Think about your thankfulness being contagious to somebody else, that they recognize the thankful heart that you have, and they in turn want to thank God for all the blessings that they realize he's given to them. Now, when I think about this word thankfulness in my own life, I think about the fact that I'm breathing and speaking to you right now is something that I can be thankful for. I'm alive. But not just that. Thankful for the everyday things that we often tend to take for granted. I'm thankful for a husband who loves me. I'm thankful for 4 children that God has blessed me with. I'm thankful for this home that God has given me where I can raise my children. And I'm thankful for a car to drive. The list just goes on and on and on. And they can just be the simplest things. And yet think about how much that blesses God's heart when he simply hears those 2 words out of his children. Thank you. Thank you, God. I have a thankful heart because of all these ways that you have blessed me. So that's my challenge for you today. Choose thankfulness.